Hi, welcome to Castle Commercial Capital. One of the challenges a lot of real estate investors sometimes face is they need a commercial loan, but they're unsure as to A, if their property or transaction qualifies for financing, and B, if so, for how much. So in this video, we're going to show you how to quickly pre-qualify your own deals for financing without having to chase down a broker or a banker. And so with that, let's get started. Now, you're going to need a couple pieces of information, a couple documents to make this work. First thing you're going to need is a rent roll, current rent roll. Secondly, you're going to need an operating statement, or sometimes referred to as a P&L. Okay. And with those two pieces of information, those two documents, we can then add our technology to the mix, which is going to be a mobile lending app. Now, you're going to go to either your iOS store and you're going to go to the Google Play Store and you're going to download Castle Commercial Capital app. Now you're going to see when you do the app, you're going to look for the logo up here because it will match. And then the app's going to be there, Castle Commercial Capital. It's the only Castle Commercial Capital in the Google Play Store or App Store. Then you're going to click open. Okay, if you have it installed, if not, you need to install it. It's free. We don't require any personal information to register on the app. It's a free download to be able to use it. Now, once you go into the app, the third item down is going to say qualify for a loan. Now, we're not going to get into everything that the app can do. We're just going to focus on today how to pre-qualify our own deals so you don't have to chase down your broker or your banker. So you're going to go to that third item, and let me tilt my phone sideways so you'll be able to better see it. And right there where it says qualify for a loan, you're going to click on that. And once you click on qualify for a loan, you're going to see we have 10 qualifiers. Multiple qualifiers on commercial, multiple qualifiers on multifamily, and multiple qualifiers on single family deals. And so let's say for fun and giggles, for illustration purposes, right? Let's talk about multifamily. So again, so that it better shows up on my phone, I'm going to click this sideways and I'm going to scroll down. There's multifamily long-term loan. So I'm going to click on that. And now you see there is an explanation of what type of qualifier it is. So how do you know between the bridge and the fix and flip loan for multifamily or the long term if it's the right loan for me? Well, there's a brief synopsis there that explains how the qualifier works and what type of transaction it's appropriate for. So let's get into it. And we're going to go over here and you see the very top line, it says acquisition. So if I click on acquisition, excuse me, you see my other options are refi cash out, refi rate and term, and acquisition. I'm just going to stick with acquisition for our example. And we already have a default like case study in there. So we're going to go with 48224. And you see in here, you just put in a zip code. I'm going to change this to 04 because I'm working on a deal right now that meets that. And we're going to, it says 20. That's actually going to be too many. We're going to drop this down to 12. Then move in ready. And that move in ready is going to be pretty much a yes or no. Again, if we're doing long-term multifamily, it needs to be move in ready. And so now occupancy. Now we're going to jump to our rent roll. So what is our present occupancy? That's your rent roll is going to tell you that. You're going to put that number in. What's our FICO score? We'll stick with 700. That's probably, most commercial real estate investors are going to sit around there, maybe a little bit better, but we'll stick with that for a second. And all we have to do is just hit the up or down buttons to make that adjustment. And then where it says value, here's where we put in the number. Okay. So let me change this to 1.6. And I'm going to change that to a 1. Actually, let me go back there and make that a 6. Just for illustration purposes, to be accurate. Okay, so now we got a 1.6 as is value and a 1.6. Now, generally, your as is value is going to be the same as your purchase price. Sometimes you may buy undervalued depending on the market that you're in. In our current market right now, it's hard to buy a deal undervalued because it's so competitive. But if you are doing it, you put that in there, whatever your actual number is. So now we got rents, right? So here we're looking at 200,000 a year, which is actually pretty close. I think on this property it's more like 180. And this is the gross. Now, this is where we're going to get this information off our operating statement. And then we're going to look at what's our other revenue. Other revenue will be things like parking, laundry services, those kinds of things. They may add additional revenue. If you have a tall building, and let's say you got a cell phone tower and Sprint's paying you, $5,000 a month to keep that cell tower up, again, that might be other additional revenue, but that's where that goes. And then annual expenses, here you're going to put in your taxes, your insurance, and the other expenses that make up the rest of the expenses on the property. And expenses, of course, typically going to be maintenance, admin, management fee, that kind of stuff. So you're going to put that in. Now here, it's way more than 30,000. So we're going to adjust that number up to 60, which is really more accurate. And then the property taxes at 20,000 is probably accurate. And then property insurance here, it's going to be more like 14,000. Move that over there. Okay. And then it says, hey, based on your entries, your loan qualifies. So you see there's our occupancy, there's our max loan size, which is 926,000. Our loan to value is 58. Our down payment is 673. And then there's some other inputs on cash flow. But you see that it works. Okay, you see that it works. Now we can go back and change this. And let's say we did this to, let me change this back to, actually, I'm going to disqualify the property. Let me show you what that looks like. So let's say I make this not 12 units, but 22 units. Okay, now I will not qualify. Okay, now I'm going to tell you why it's not going to qualify is because our loan size is too small. Because on 22 units, you see our minimum loan size is going to be $2 million, not 1.6. Okay, so we'll let you know generally in the qualifier why it doesn't qualify. And so as you go through using these tools, your rent roll, your operating statement, you'll be able to, like I said, quickly pre-qualify your own deals and know if you actually have a workable deal. Now, if your deal is close, there may be extenuating circumstances. In these algorithm within our app, we have anywhere from 2 to 6 different loan programs actually built into the app. So example, with the multifamily long-term example that we were doing just now, we have Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, private money, multiple private money programs built into the algorithm. So if it doesn't qualify for program A, then we look at program B, then we look at program C, and program E, and so forth. Now, if it qualifies for multiple programs, then we go, okay, which program is going to give us the best terms and rates? And that's what we're going to recommend. And so I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call at 800-598-5530. Again, my name is Malcolm Turner, president of Castle Commercial Capital. You can find us on the web at www.castlecommercialcapital.com, and you can subscribe to us on our Facebook. Actually, let me do it this way, on our Facebook channel, as well as our YouTube channel. We want to hit the like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. And don't hesitate if you have any questions to give us a call. We look forward to working with you. Take care and have a great day.